Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Shabbat Perek Yutet Mishnah Vav. Last Mishnah this Perek, really concluding all the laws of Brit Milah. Elu hen tzitzin me'akvin et hamilah. Right? What these are the tzitzin. Right? The tzitzin itself is the the flesh, like little leftover pieces of flesh that would invalidate a circumcision. Basara chofet rov ha'atara. Right? If you have flesh that's covering the majority of the corona, right, the tip. That would be, and when Rambam explains it, rov govho, right, meaning the most of the height. If you have a piece of flesh that just covers most of the height of the atara, that invalidates the brit milah. Eno ochel batruma. If he's a kohen, he can't eat truma. Imaya ba'al basar, right? If he was a someone who is hefty guy. Right, and it looks like it may be covering, even though it may not. Right, the way to check is when his purse is mitkasher. Right, that's when you check to see if it's covering or not. So then mitakeno ayin. Right, then you check it, you fix it. Right, you'd have to actually literally, cut more off, right, because of marita ayin. So it looks like he has a brit milah. Now mal velo para et milah. If a person got a brit milah but he didn't do the tri'ah, right? Removing, cutting the membrane itself. Ki ilu lo mal. It's as if he did not perform the brit milah, right? This is considered also. It's in this is ma'akev the brit milah itself. Now on Shabbat, if the mohel is performing the brit milah, he's allowed to remove the tzitzina me'akvim and she'ena me'akvim. While he's performing the act of the brit milah, he could take off any flesh in the area. Right. Once he removes his hand from finishing, he finished performing the brit milah, on Shabbat you're not allowed to go back and fix tzitzin she'enan me'akvim. Right. If it's flesh that doesn't invalidate the brit milah, then you can't go back and try and fix that up. Right. But if it's something that would invalidate the brit milah, then even on Shabbat you're allowed to go back and fix it. Now, I would just point out, right, Rambam goes through this and he says it's important to know that if a person who did not perform a brit milah for his son on the 8th day, he had pity on him. He didn't want to give him brit milah on the 8th day. He's over on a mitzvat aseh gedola v'hamura she'en kamota b'chol mitzvot. Right, very grave. He violates a very grave mitzvah, and he can never, right, fix this. This what he violated over here, this mitzvah. Rather, it's an ashama hamura, right? More than if a person missed Haga Sukkot and he didn't sit in a sukkah, or Pesach passed and he didn't eat matzah, right? Rather, over here, right, all those, that's what he violated. Now, over here, in this case, he's still, even though he missed it on the 8th day, he's still obligated every day, constantly, always, to give his son that brit milah. And as long as he doesn't do it, he's violating this mitzvah taseh. Now, once he does it, right, he performs this mitzvah, and the avera leaves him. Now, any person, let's say another person, random person, knows that this other baby is an arel. For any other person on the street also has a mitzvah, right, mitzvah taseh, to give this person a brit milah as if it was his own son. Now, once this child grows up, if he doesn't have a brit milah, the day that he turns bar mitzvah, that obligation is his, and he needs to go ahead and take care of it himself. And as long as he doesn't, he's also over on mitzvah taseh until he actually performs the brit milah. And once he does, even if it's in the last day of his life, right, he performs this mitzvah and this avera, right, this avera would this leave him. But if a person dies in an arel, person dies when he still does not have a brit milah, then he's obligated, then he's mechuyav karet, then he gets karet. This is one of 2 mitzvot in the entire Torah, mitzvot aseh, one of 2 mitzvot aseh in the entire Torah that a person gets karet for. Right, and Rambam just points out, lo yadu ali, I don't know any other mitzvah in all the mitzvot in the Torah similar to this in regards to that a person does not get punished for it until he dies without performing the mitzvah. Right? It's the only mitzvah that you violate the mitzvah to say every day, right? But you only get the punishment of karet at your deathbed, right? It's just an interesting case, and Rambam closes off this perek, on that note.